the oldest racism in the human family is the racism against the Jews. Hi, I'm Bishop Robert Stearns, and today is Holocaust Remembrance Day. And I want to invite you to take just a moment with me right now and understand why this day is important, not simply to Jewish people or Israelis or Christians who love the Jewish people, but why today should be a day of reflection for the whole human family. You know, throughout human history, we can look and find all kinds of horrors that have been committed human to human. And that causes us on an existential level, on a philosophical level, to wrestle with what does it mean to be a human being when humans are capable of such evil, when humans are capable of such destruction and such horror. What does it mean to be a human? And yet the Holocaust stands out very uniquely in all of human history as an extreme, the most extreme example of the lengths that evil is capable of in the human heart. I want to point out just a few realities regarding the Holocaust that separate this out and cause it to stand out as singular in the human story. First of all, is the extensiveness of the Holocaust. 6 million Jews, 6 million wiped out. 1/3 of the global Jewish population killed in the ovens of Hitler in the Holocaust. These are staggering, staggering numbers when we look at the scope of human history. But we have to also pause and reflect to understand that the Holocaust did not happen in some medieval time period. It didn't happen in some uncivilized part of our world. Germany at the time, arguably, was the height of human achievement. German engineering, German music, German literature. Germany was leading Europe, if not the world, in the advancement of culture. And yet in the midst of human advancement, evil was abounding. This should caution the human family to understand that education is not a guarantee of the lessening of evil in the human heart. I want to emphasize that again, because sometimes there is this mantra that just kind of plays, well, education is going to make everything better. And we just think that by educating humanity, we're going to raise the level of morality, the level of justice, the level of truth. Human history does not teach us this. Moral education is not the same thing as education. And so Germany was at the height of human accomplishment, but also the height of human evil. This is another point that we need to reflect on when we deeply consider the Holocaust. Finally, number 3, the Holocaust happened not only in the midst of one of the most advanced societies in human history, but it happened in the most Christianized part of our world. Now, Christians don't wrestle with this fact. We largely ignore it. But Germany was the center of the Protestant Reformation. Germany was the center of European Christianity, higher theology. The seminaries of Europe were based in Germany. So we have to look and we have to wrestle with the fact, how could the gospel, how could the Bible have been so well known, so studied, so deeply delved into, and yet it results in evil still being prevalent in culture? Folks, we have to wrestle with this fact. This is not something that you can just kind of gloss over. So we have to wrestle with the fact that, number one, Germany was the height of human accomplishment in terms of technology and education. But number two, it was the height of Christian religious context. And it's there that Hitler rises to power. This is Holocaust Remembrance Day. Jewish people appreciate it when you don't refer to the Holocaust as the Holocaust. Why? Holocaust, literally, the literal translation means burnt offering or sacrifice. And that is obviously painful and really very off-putting to a Jewish person to think that the 6 million were some kind of sacrifice or some kind of burnt offering. The term that the Jewish people prefer is the term Shoah. Today is Yom Hashoah, and that means catastrophe, just an absolute catastrophe. And so that's where you'll hear the Jewish people refer to the Holocaust as the Shoah. And that's a little more culturally appropriate for us if we can make that transition. Of course, the theme that we've heard over and over again is never again. That never again must this be repeated. And yet, where are we? Where are we just 75 years after the Holocaust? We are in the place that anti-Semitism is at an all-time high. Jews are not safe on college and university campuses around the world. Jews are not safe in major cities around the world. Do we have technological advancement? Yes. Do we have the spread of Christianity? Yes. And yet somehow we still have this ancient racism. The oldest racism in the human family is the racism against the Jews. And this racism is still prevalent and growing in our society today. What I'm saying to you is that Holocaust Remembrance Day should cause any thinking, caring human being to stop and to look deeply into their heart individually and the heart of any sphere of influence that you have. Your family, your church, your mosque, your Rotary Club, your civic organization, whatever it is that you find context, to pause and to understand that technological advancement, educational advancement, religious advancement don't necessarily promise the diminishment of evil. The diminishment of evil comes when we make a decision to do what I believe no one described better than Jesus, and Jesus was quoting other rabbinic sages when he said this: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Living by that golden rule, living by an understanding that we are in a shared humanity on this planet, calls us to be our best selves, to be our brother's keeper, and to walk as those who truly can say, never again.